Basic movements on the map. We go to basic movements in combat. My enemy is one enemy. So I start against the wind. And I want to turn left. So I turn my back mast to help me to turn faster. That can be done with Z and C. And with F, you reset it to automatic. Now let's see where he wants to go. He wants to go straight, so he may turn to the left further in combat. Oh. He doesn't want to turn. Easier combat, but not so good for explaining how to use turning movements. Oh, he turns. So, Q and C. Double tap A to turn hard. And if you want to turn faster, you depower. You lose more speed in the turn. But you turn way faster. So, the thing is, your sails are like this. If I want to turn to the right, the back sails align with the wind, so they don't produce any drag or movement power. And the front sail is trying to push you to the right. If I want to turn to the left, at this point, the back sails are catching the wind and the front sail is going to move don't produce power. It's gonna turn again. So, front sail, producing power, back sail, into the wind. So the back sail doesn't produce any power. Because I'm still depowered, I turn very fast. But I lose a lot more speed on turning in depowered. Now I'm on the other side of the wind, so I need to align the front sail with the wind, and the back sail is producing the power. The turning power. It's like the back sails are... There's a swivel point in the middle of your ship. The back sails are behind it, and the front sail is in front of it. So every time you move the sails into or out of the wind, you create some turning movement. If I want to stop without the sails being down, I can move them into the wind. So the wind now comes from the other side while being depowered. And now just move them straight. So the power comes from the other side, you will lose speed fast. And then you align them with the wind and your speed goes down. You can zero it out if you want to. So that's the basics. Now, if I want to turn left, I try to... The back sail is... I slowly move it as it goes around. So the front sail is my power catching sail. Now both sails are catching power, but in a different manner. And now the back sail is catching power. And the front sail is going in parallel to the wind. And then I get to a point where I want to maybe turn through the wind. So I double tap Z to align them right the other side. So both sails are now catching power. And now I go backwards, so I need to turn the rudder in the opposite way. And so I can turn around. A full 360 to the left. Now if I want to go to the right, it's the opposite. So Z. And now the back sail is catching power. Now I come to the point where I need to C to switch the back sails around one time. Go through the wind. Switch to the other rudder direction. And now I switch the side of the front sail, because it's now the point where I have more power if I turn it. Align the back sails with the wind, take the power on the front, and that's a full turn to the left. Now I straight them out. Kill the power. So, that's the basics of turning. Now, you can see the wind comes from my right side. So my right side rides a little bit higher than my left side. And I'm leaned. So if I have like tried to shoot in this direction, I can shoot further because I'm leaned a little bit to the left. But you may have the issue that your underwater hull get exposed on the leaning. So if the enemy shoots, you may want to depower to reduce your lean. It reduces your power, but it also reduces your lean. And take the hits more on the main belt. On the other side, I'm not able to shoot that far on this side as I'm able to shoot on this side. So, the enemy is far away. I may want to depower to get a little bit more range out of it. Or I want to power them up because the enemy is very close and I try to get lower with my guns. So always expect that air is lean and there are ways to use it in your advantage, and it can be to your disadvantage to depower or don't depower. So if you're getting shot on the low leaning side, you may have a better bounce. May. That's not on all of the ships, and penetration is pretty high. It depends on the range. So that concludes the basics of sailing in naval action.